Sup, y'all? My name is Stefan, Mr. Wiggles Clemente. Been dancing my whole life. Started getting down when I was a kid because of my family. My family is all dancers. Grew up Latino background, Puerto Rican. So you know, in my house there's a lot of salsa music, a lot of disco, soul music, Latin soul. I have members of my family that were a famous Latino band, a salsa band called the New Swing. You could see them on YouTube, on the internet. They're very famous. So we grew up with their music. So as a kid, I learned how to play congas a little and watch my family dance. That's really where the root of my dancing started, my family. TC5 was the Cool 5 graffiti crew, which is my real foundation in New York. My name wasn't Mr. Wiggles, my name was Wreck, R-E-K. Wreck means to destroy. So I was wrecking the neighborhoods, bombing the city. I was a writer, graffiti. It wasn't until the leader of TC5, the graffiti crew, his name is Seen, S-E-E-N, TC5. He saw me dance and he said, Mr. Wiggles. And he gave me the name. It was his name. He wrote Seen. But when the police were looking for him, he wrote Mr. Wiggles. But he took the name Mr. Wiggles, gave it to me, and my dance and that name just stuck. Because the name is so interesting. It's funny. And then you see this skinny Puerto Rican kid doing a puppet, and everybody just connected. My name was famous all over the city after that. Later, 1981, close to 1982, they said this guy is from California and he does popping, real popping. He wants to meet me. So they bring him to the Bronx, the worst ghetto in New York. Comes to the Bronx. I see this guy. I don't know, is he white? Is he black? Is he Samoan? I don't know what the fuck he is. He says, hey, my name is Sugar Pop. I say, what's up, Wiggles? And he said, teach me breaking. I said, okay. I teach this guy breaking. I was his first b-boy teacher. After I teach him basics, and I said, so what do you do? He says, I pop, boogaloo. And I said, like, can I see? He said, okay. He went like this. Now in New York, electric boogie, we go like this. So you see the shoulder go up, you see the shoulder go down. Sugar Pop went like this, and he didn't move, and the floor shook. And I'm like, every time he popped, I thought the floor has like something is shaking him, because you don't see this, you just see pop, pop, and it was coming out of nowhere. And I was like, you know, back then, popping was new. I never seen that before. And I'm like, yo, you gotta teach me that. He's my first real popping teacher. Well, funk for me is the funk formula that James Brown created. And for me, funk is the one. If you go to YouTube, type in Bootsy Collins teaching the one, and he explains it perfectly. You got the one, that's when the whole band from James Brown comes in, they go bam, and then they all just freestyle for the next 8. Bam, they come back on the one, and then they let go, they freestyle. And for me, that's the formula of funk, and the same applies with dance. You see as we go pop, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, pop, and then we get down. Same thing with lock, same thing with, we ride that formula, the one. When James Brown says on the one, the whole band goes bam. And for me, that's the music that changed, that separated the 70s and the 60s from the 50s and the 40s, is the one. And that's the funk formula. The word funk in itself, James Brown used to describe the feeling of the people when they played this music that he created, how they would dance so hard and they groove so much. And when you really groove to music, you sweat, you perspirate a lot under your arms, all over, and you get really stinky. In a closed little club, even a big club, it gets sweaty and you can smell it. And they call that funk. They say, you're kind of funky, you smell funky. The word funk is basically like saying when something is sweaty and perspiration and stink. And James Brown, you can hear in his music, he says, it's getting kind of funky in here, meaning that everybody's sweating and getting down. And that's why they say that he created the word funk. Well, a lot of times people will be in my class, and I guess there's this new thing that after you teach a class, they say, can I have the music? And I notice people handing over hard drives of music. And I'm like, that's unheard of in hip hop. If you try to ask Kool Herc for his music, he'd be like, get the fuck out of here. No, I work hard to find this song. People come to my party to hear me play the song. If I give it to everyone, they don't come to my party. DJs never shared music. When I'm teaching my class, I'm like the DJ. Every song that I play is part of my persona. If I just give it to everyone else, then they're gonna say, well, I don't have to go to Wiggles class. I got all his music. I got all his moves. It's part of my lure to get people in my class. They know I got some bomb music. Some of it I'll sell. I'll give it away. The rest I say, no, you gotta find it. Because digging for beats is part of hip hop. You gotta look for it yourself. And we gotta protect the culture. A lot of times you get kids that will come to the class. They pay their money, videotape the class, and then they put it on the internet. And you have all these kids that won't take a class, won't support an OG, won't support the scene, won't support the event. And you're giving it to them for free on the internet? I'm like, you were in my class busting your ass, sweating, and you're gonna give it to some kid who doesn't want to pay for free? It's not fair for me, but it's really not fair for the student. So try to understand that it's a system, how we protect the culture, support the OGs, support the promoters, support the event. And there's things that you share knowledge. You never pay or charge for knowledge. Knowledge should be for free. Knowledge and foundation, you spread it, you each one teach one. But there's aspects of the culture that you gotta protect. Most people call battling today is really a contest. It's a dance contest. It's only 1 round, 2 rounds, or 3. Really, a real battle is not on a stage with judges. It's in the circle, and it's not 1 or 2 rounds. It's 10 rounds, 20 rounds. Last man standing. And a lot of times people battle because they want to win a contest. They want to win a big contest, make money, and become famous. When really, you should be battling to make yourself better. The real win in battling is if you get smoked, or if you win, you still want to practice. You dance harder. Battling is a good way to make you train hard and get better. I get the question all the time, what is hip-hop dance? And I came back into traveling around the world in 2008. When I came back in 2008, they said, Wiggles, can you judge hip-hop? I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm like Mr. Motherfucking Hip-Hop. I can judge hip-hop. And I go to judge the hip-hop category, and it's popping. The whole fucking category is popping. But what bothered me the most about the hip-hop category is there's no B-boys or B-girls in the hip-hop category. And I'm like, I tell the promoter, how can you not have a B-boy or B-girl in hip-hop? And they told me, breaking is not hip-hop. And I went, what? Are you fucking out of your mind? Breaking is the first hip-hop dance. There is no hip-hop without breaking. No, but it's a new style. What new style? There's no new motherfucking style. It's hip-hop. You have hip-hop, which is breaking, party rocking. Rocksteady Crew, Elite Force. Both are hip-hop. But what's happening today is that people are doing popping battles and they lose. But then they join the hip-hop category and they win. And I'm like, but that's popping, man. Pop in the popping category. If it ain't got the bounce, rock, skate, roll, boogie, break, dance with soul, if it ain't got these formulas, it ain't hip hop.
One, two, three, and you hit on the one, you know, one, you know. And then you would try to fit your different notes, what you felt in between that, like, you know, and that's the funk, you know, and you can change that, you know, it's however you feel, but you just have to fit it between that space, that little space that you got, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, you know, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then you go back to your funk. Here you go, 1, and then you want to break it down. Break down, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, and there you go. You got your basic funk formula there. You know, you can do anything you want to do with it.